I've been encouraging people to have a look at the Bitcoin white paper for some time now. It's literally 8 or 9 pages long. It's a PDF. I'm going to link it in the description below because I really do think that most people in crypto and DeFi probably haven't actually ever read it. So if you've got some extra time on your lunch break today, or while you're sitting in bed tonight, instead of doom scrolling, have a look at the Bitcoin white paper. And the reason I'm saying this and why I think it's so important is that crypto was meant to release us from the grasps of the central banks, and it was meant to sort of unpair money from state, get rid of the middlemen that control the money flow. And it's kind of turned out just to be like a bit of a hedge really on inflation in most cases, where people just sort of buy Bitcoin, wait for it to go up a little bit, sell it, and it's kind of not used really as a form of payment anywhere. I mean, who's actually using Bitcoin? I mean, people do use Monero and stuff like that, which is probably a superior to Bitcoin. But using Bitcoin as an example, it was meant to be sort of digital cash, and virtually no one that I know actually uses Bitcoin. They sort of just trade it in and out of fiat. So you're still using the middlemen. You're still letting the banks sort of control the money flow and dictate to you more and more actually what you can do with your money. And there's been some stuff happening in the UK very recently that is extremely concerning, and it all aligns with the recent push for like digital ID and stuff like that. I don't think a lot of people realise that that is going to be the foundation of monetary control. And there's been some stuff going on from a bank, a very big bank in the UK called NatWest, where they've started tracking what you spend and basically giving you what your carbon footprint is based on what you're spending. Now people are like, oh, you can opt in or opt out of it. That is not the point. But the fact of the matter is, whether you're opting in or out, they're still collecting that data from you. And there's been a lot of conspiracy theorists, quote unquote, over the past few years that have said, with the introduction of CBDCs and stuff like that, they're going to be able to program the money so you can only spend it on certain things. And they're probably going to use like CO2, a fairy tale CO2 crisis, to decide what you can or can't do, whether you can take a flight this year, whether you can buy some beef this week. And a lot of people sort of shrug that off as it's just a conspiracy theory. But the banks are actually starting to track and monitor your carbon footprint from your banking apps right now in the UK. They've also started printing on food packaging what the carbon footprint of that product actually is. Like if you buy a sandwich, a meat sandwich, or any kind of sandwich, I'll show an example on the screen right now, it's showing you a carbon footprint. So if they pair that up with these banking apps and you go to buy something that's beyond what your carbon allowance is that week, you basically get shut out. And the CBDC, for example, would make that even more challenging to get around. So what I'm trying to say here is I really feel that people in crypto need to understand a bit more about what crypto was actually designed to do, and that was to bypass this type of tyranny. Because I don't care whether you're red or blue, it doesn't really matter. It's the fact that this sort of stuff will come for everyone, regardless of your political position, if you allow it to. So the UK is obviously really going like hell-bent right now on this type of stuff, but I do think you're going to start seeing this in the US as well. I think you're already seeing it with a lot of the frameworks that are being put in place right now. So I don't think anyone should get too comfortable regarding this. So I think it's become more and more important for people to realise that crypto is meant to be a form of payment. It's meant to be a sovereign peer-to-peer currency that circumnavigates the banks, circumnavigates the state, and where you can control what you buy, who you send money to. So that was just a little bit of an update from here in the UK, a little bit of a semi-rant. So I will leave the Bitcoin white paper in the description so you can give it a read at your own leisure. So I know I normally come on here and talk about a particular protocol, and that's still super important, but I think when we zoom out and look at the bigger picture about what's going on globally, with the control of the money flow and CBDCs, that sort of thing, I think it's imperative that we all get informed and maybe start to look at crypto as not only hoping that the number go up, but also as a sovereign form of payment. Anyway, so I hope you guys all have an absolutely amazing day, whatever you're doing. Stay bullish, and I'll see you all in the next video.